Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you guys doing today? So technically I am, am I technically Heather of the future? Even though I'm Heather of the past? I think I'm Heather of the future, even though I'm at the beginning of the video. Because I didn't do an intro at the store, but this is a Meijer video. I was at Meijer the other day. See, so I am Heather of the future of this video. It's confusing, right? Time travel gets you every time, really. It gets me every time. Anyway, I was at Meijer the other day, and if you're new to the channel and you're not familiar with Meijer, Meijer is, from what I can tell, it's a Midwest thing. It's definitely a Michigan thing because that's where I'm at. It is. I know they stretch out to parts of Illinois. I know they stretch to parts of Ohio and Indiana. I am unsure how much further out they stretch. I know there are Frederick Meijer stores. I don't know if Frederick Meijer stores are the exact same thing or if they're slightly more upscale or if Meijer is slightly more upscale or if they're the exact same. Not the point, but I know Meijer is what we're talking about today. And Meijer, if you are not familiar, is basically akin to Walmart. They're, in my opinion, a tad more bougie or upscale, but they're not really. I mean, they carry other products. And in my area, because my area is a touristy area, and of course the tourists are the folks who bring in the money. So they're the folks who, pardon my my frog in my throat is showing. They're the ones who are if you compare regular town folk and tourists, and you say which one is the one who's going to spend the money, it's probably the tourist, right? They're the ones that shop at Meijer. That's what I'm trying to say. So the spendier place would be Meijer. But I wouldn't call them like super expensive. They have their own like store brand, just like Walmart does and that kind of thing. It's just different. But all of that super long explanation being said, where Walmart has their own craft section, that's where we're tying all this into the channel, I promise. Meijer also has their own craft section. And my long-standing kind of rant for my channel, specific maybe to my channel, is like a lot of you guys, a lot of YouTubers have ranted on their own channels about their Walmart, their yarn shrinking, their yarn section, their craft section shrinking. And mine has also, but I guess expected it because I've seen other Walmarts shrinking. And before my Walmart ever shrank their craft section, my Meijers shrank theirs. My Meijer used to have 2 full rows of crafts of yarn, and they shrank immensely and unexpectedly, and I've been traumatized and very upset. I think it's because like Walmart has always been Red Heart and just, you know, like the same. And then I would always turn to Meijer, and I felt a little special because my Meijer, and you'll see, I do like a mini tour. I have other videos on my channel that are like more extensive tours of the Meijer aisle. But they're, whereas Walmart is Red Heart, Meijer is Bernat. Meijer does carry Lion Brand. I feel like they either do now or have had a premiere or two. Maybe in the past. They have some lines of stuff. They do not have like a House Meijer brand yarn like Walmart does have a mainstay yarn. Maybe that's coming, who knows. But they have like Lily Sugar and Cream. They have a bunch of different yarns. But all of that I digress on again. When I was at my Meijer grocery shopping, because my grocery shopping, I do tend to go shopping at Walmart, and then whatever I can't find there for the week, or there's a few items that I just don't get there, I do go to Walmart or Meijer to get. I then go over to Meijer afterwards. I peruse their yarn section, and they had clearance. And I will say they had like whole, you'll see in the video, they have whole lines up and down of, because the way Meijer runs theirs is like if they have, for example, mandala yarn, they have their mandala yarn by color up and down, right? So all of the colors they have are in a row up and down, and then they move on to Ferris wheel yarn, and that's up and down also, you know. And so if they have a whole row up that's clearanced out, that's all the colors that they have, you know, unless they have 2 rows going up of color or what have you. Did I make that more confusing? Anyway, you'll see in the video kind of what I'm talking about, but they seem to have clearanced out most of the colors of whatever types of yarn they're clearancing out. At first, I thought they were clearancing out all of the colors. In the case of one particular type of yarn, I believe they are clearancing all of it out. But in the rest of them, they seem to be saving a few colors, maybe, unless they just didn't mark those, which I didn't think to scan those. Maybe I should have. I did not clear the shelf. I actually didn't buy that much. I'll come back at the end of the video and I'll show you I did pick up a couple things. I couldn't help myself. You'll see why, probably, at the end. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna get on with it. I had to do a voiceover for the actual store part because there was music, there was some people during part of it. But yeah, it'll just give you like a rundown of the yarn aisle, of the end cap, couple end caps they had with some yarn also because it spilled out past the aisle that they dedicated. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoy the brief tour of my Meijer yarn aisle. We'll probably take a field trip back during Vlogtober, I'm sure, at some point. And I'll see you at the end of the video. Let me get my fancy clicker ready here so I can do the gratuitous Wayne's World ending or switch over. Doodaloo, doodaloo, you know. You remember that? You remember Wayne's World? All right. Anyway, all right. See you at the other side of the video. All right, guys, this is a tour of my well-picked over Meijer yarn aisle. It does stretch from top to bottom, or from start to finish, but it's well picked over. Here's a little display of the DIY Glow Cozy from Lion Brand. They had both the versions, but here's at the top is the newer one from this year. Starting with the white, and then we'll just go through the colors really quick. I know it's not called white. Let's see here. Is it called white? It's a 4-weight yarn. I'll just show you the deets real quick. So you can pause if you need to on the screen. Oh, it is called white. Just kidding. They had a lot of pretty colors of this one. I really like this one. The neon green, that's what it was. I feel like these are just like perfect for some Halloweeny goodness. And then we had neon yellow. You know I like my neons anyway, you guys. It doesn't have to be just at Halloween time. We got the lilac. I wanted to adjust that blue so bad, but I had one hand going there. And moving on to the pink. And then back to the neon green. And here's more of the blue, which is why I didn't adjust the blue and why I didn't attempt it. Or it's aqua anyway, sorry. And then down here, I believe, was the older school one. These are the ones I got last year or the year before. That was just the regular DIY glow. These also say there are 4. Here's some of the details of it. They're, in my opinion, more like maybe a 3-weight. And they're definitely more like string-like than the polyester. Oh, the polyester is so soft comparatively. But here's the big news of the day. Here's the clearance. The clearance in the main aisle here of the yarn aisle. And these are the regular mandalas. Like, this is chimera, I think, or chimera, some people call it. I've always called it chimera. It's probably incorrect. But $2.99 for mandala cakes are pretty good, in my opinion. Especially because it looks like they're $5.99 normally. So, you know, $3 off is pretty good. They're, like everything else, pretty well picked through, it looks like. But the colors, I think I've mentioned this in part of my other video somewhere, but the colors run up and down. So it looks like, see, right next to it is the mandala baby. So it looks like most all of the colors are on clearance. There's I believe that's Troll, and that one mysteriously wasn't on clearance, but every other color looks like it was. And then there's a big portion of picked over yarn. My heart almost sank because I thought my Ferris wheel was on clearance, but nope, my Ferris wheel is right here, still alive and kicking at $3.49. Such a good price, in my opinion. I was very happy to see that it was still there. And then we have a few, I think I was trying to point out, like $1.99 on clearance for this Kobu, but up there where I was tapping, there's a few colors that are still around for $4.99 that are not clearanced out. I had thought they were all gone, or all going, you know, for $1.99. And as you can see, the $1.99 ones are almost all gone. But there's, the olive is still there, that rose color or whatever is still there. This clearanced out tan, there was still one of. But then there's $4.99 cream, that's still there. That lilac down there, I don't know if the color's name is lilac, but that's still there at $4.99. And then we come over here to the Scarfie, $3.49. And that's such a good price for Scarfie, in my opinion. If I needed a lot more Scarfie in my life, I would have cleared those shelves. Like, this aqua color is beautiful. I bought so much of that in particular at the Joann's sale a few years ago when they had that clearanced out, that it's not even funny. Like, I want to make a big blanket out of it, and I still haven't made it yet. But, oh gosh, I love Scarfie. I love it so much. I'm very sad that it looks like Meijer's is, unless they're going to bring in all new colors, which is possible. I hope that is what happens, but we'll see, I suppose. But yeah, there's a few colors here and there of all the other clearanced yarn. The Woolies is $3.49, but yet they're keeping some colors, it looks like, and getting rid of other colors. The Lion Brand Hometown is down to $1.99. And that's another one that I thought they were getting rid of all the colors at first, and you can see they're pretty well cleared out, but yet here's a $3.99 one that they're keeping. And then there was a whole chunk of $3.99 ones up there. And there's a $1.99 one that was still sticking around. There's quite a bit of Bernat there. None of that's on clearance or anything like that. So the Bernat is sticking around. There's a couple colors of the Bernat, like here, this one that is unlovingly unwound right here. I love that color. If I remember right, it's called Sidonia. I might be wrong about that, but I am always like looking at that and thinking that I want to get it. That poor orange. They have down here the cotton yarn and some of the Bernat blanket. Here's the little area of notions. They used to carry the Prim hooks, which is this Meijer is where I got my full sets of Prim hooks that I wanted to try that I ended up liking. And yeah, that's the tour of my one half of an aisle, basically. The other side of the aisle is not yarn. They do have like this little display here, and they've got on the end caps over here, they've got a tiny bit more clearance. Like they've also apparently got ribbon thrown in here. There's some 74-cent ribbon, but this yarn, they just got this in the bundle of love, and they've only got two of those left. And then they had a whole thing, like the Schitt's Creek was something they had just gotten in also, and then they started putting that out on clearance. The Bernat is not on clearance. That's just apparently a sale. And then that's another end cap of the loopy yarn down there. I didn't even bother going down there. I really hate that stuff. But anyway, bye guys. All right. We are back from the tour. Now, I mentioned that I did get a few things. They did not have in Meijer, if I could speak. You know what? Maybe if I get a quick drink, that will help me to speak more clearly. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe the caffeine will help. They have two of my very favorite yarns. They have Ferris Wheel and they have Scarfie. Ferris Wheel was not on clearance, so that rules out them clearancing out all of the Lion Brand yarn, unless they go through and clearance that too. But they did put Scarfie on clearance, and Scarfie is the one that I noticed that it looks like they're clearancing out all of the colors. Now, upstairs, I do already have, to be honest and to be fair, I have enough Scarfie to probably last me for my entire life. I mean, if I solely only crochet with Scarfie, probably not. But I'm saying I have a lot of Scarfie. I have one shelf that is packed. I have like a rainbow of Scarfie going on, right? You guys have seen it if you saw the tour of my yarn room upstairs. It is a wide array of Scarfie. But just from memory, there was at least one color that I didn't think I had. Because there are colors that I don't have in my rainbow, that they've like put out since I did the rainbow And just some that I'm sure I've missed and that kind of stuff. And there's one color that I wasn't sure about, and there was one color that I just really wanted more of because I used in some Christmas gifts last year. So, and I don't remember now that I don't have the video in front of me how much I said it was. But I believe what did I say the Scarfie was? $3.75, something like that. For that price, I really couldn't pass it up, you guys. Not for these colors, you know, not for these colors, but what I got was Scarfie. And Scarfie, like, so far has always made my list of favorite yarn. I love Scarfie. And as far as I know, Lion Brand is not discontinuing it. It was just Meijer's clearancing it out. So I picked up the Denim Navy is the name of it. If you are not familiar with Scarfie, Scarfie is considered a bulky 5 because it's a roving yarn. See the roving? I tend to treat Scarfie like a 4 yarn, even though some of it does get like thicker. But I do tend to treat it more like a 4 weight yarn. They recommend a knitting needle size 9, which is a 5.5 millimeter, and a crochet hook K, which is a 10.5, which is a 6.5 millimeter. Does it say you can iron this? What? Okay, it's 78% acrylic, 22% wool, machine wash on cool, lay flat to dry, made in Turkey. I'm not sure I've ever seen, I mean, I probably have and not realized it, but look at this, you guys. Usually there is an X through that. I'm not sure I've ever taken notice of a yarn that you can iron. Maybe it's just because of the lateness of the hour of the night, but that kind of just blew my mind. Did I say it's made in Turkey? It's made in Turkey. This is 5.3 ounces, which is 150 grams. It's 312 yards, which is 285 meters. Come to think of it, I don't know my Scarfie as well as I thought, because I didn't realize that it was machine washable either. I should have realized that. I've washed it, but I do that a lot. Like when stuff doesn't say that it's machine washable, I do it anyway. And so far, I've really lucked out because that has never gotten me in trouble. Never. Like, I've machine washed and dried everything that I've made. And I mean everything. I already said the color was Denim Navy. I love Scarfie. I'm glad that there's no like rumor going around. Like, I'm glad that Lion Brand didn't also put this on clearance, you know, and other stores at the same time. And I would have like already freaked out and panicked by now, and I probably would have a whole shelf worth of Scarfie Rainbow instead of like just one shelf. I would have had a whole, whole wall of it. But I really, really dig Scarfie a lot. I'm making a hat right now with one of my skeins of Scarfie. Love Scarfie. Anyway, back to what I got. I'm sorry. I get distracted because I'm just like, But it's beautiful. It's blue and blue. I mean, it's denim, obviously, but isn't that pretty? I know right now Bella is watching this and thinking, it's so pretty. I wish it didn't have wool in it. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at your pain, Bella. But I know she is. So I got one of those. Did I only get one of those? Nope. I knew I got another one. I knew it. I got two of those. So that's the uglier side, because here's the darker blue. All right, so I got 2 of those. And then this I used in Christmas presents last year, so I think I have like a scrap ball of it left. But this is the color Cranberry and Black, and this has, all of these have the same stats, so I'm not going to reread the stats, but it's just, as the name infers, it's a beautiful black and cranberry color, beautiful black and red. I got 2 of these beautiful babies right here. Isn't that so pretty? I love it. And then I got, this was the one I was unsure about, and I have to look upstairs on my little rainbow of Scarfie, but this is Cream Black, and I could not remember offhand if I had this or not. And for some reason, I picked up 3 of these on the in case, just because, like, you can't have too much cream and, white and black, right? And for some reason, I don't know if it's because this was on the top shelf, but, like, I would have gotten more of the black and cranberry, honestly, but they only had 2, so I grabbed those. They had, like, I think they had, like, 6 or 7 of these, and they were on the top shelf, so I just grabbed 3 of them. Honestly, I was already, like, if they have more of this stuff, like, my next payday, I might go back and get, because in the clearance sale, like, the mandala was a really good price in my opinion. I think that was $275 or $295. I can't remember now that I have it. Like, I haven't done the voiceover for the video yet. I'm just doing the ending of this video so I can edit them together. But I have mandala. I mean, I have Scarfie too, but I also have a lot of mandala. And I don't, the colors they had left over for sale, I didn't have pretty much any of. So I didn't want to buy like 1 or 2 random cakes of it to just have. This I can do a hat with this, and I want to, I'm saying, like, because I love this stuff. And it's not that I don't love mandala, but like with the big stripes like that, I probably just wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like I have to explain myself, but like I would work with this for sure. I know that I will. I don't know that I would make a 1 cake project with a random mandala. Does that make sense? It would be something that I would just like, oh, I have to use this. This is something I want to use. Makes sense, right? But I don't know why I grabbed just 3 of these right now instead of either grabbing a bunch or only grabbing like 2 like I did with like the denim blue. I don't know, but I did. So that's all the Scarfie I got because I didn't want to go crazy, but I love Scarfie. So, and then I got 2 yarns that were not in the clearance because I really wanted to try them, and it was in the spirit of the season. But I grabbed 2 of the newer DIY Glow Cozy yarn. I grabbed the white and I grabbed the neon green. Ooh, the room's not even dark, and I don't know how this will pick up on camera, but to me, these already look like they're glowing in my camera light or in my ring light on my camera. They definitely look more glowy there on the screen than they do sitting in my hand. They're pretty. Just curious. I wonder if I hold them up to my light, if it'll make them like glow in my hands. I'm just kind of curious. Anyway. You guys, they kind of do. There's like the faintest glow already. That's pretty cool. The stats on these are, each one is 2.12 ounces, which is 60 grams, 78 yards, which is 72 meters. They are 100% polyester. They are machine washable and dryable. These you cannot iron. Coincidentally, you also cannot triangle or circle. You just cannot shape at all. They are a medium 4-weight yarn. They suggest a 5mm knitting needle and a 5.5mm crochet hook. They are made in China. Yes. Did I already say that they were 100% polyester? I probably did, but in case I didn't, they are 100% polyester. I was thinking about making, I have that garland out there made of little like granny square ghosties. So I thought I might make granny square ghosties out of these. And then the other thought that I had was maybe making, not necessarily Halloween. Well, I could stitch Halloween things on them, but making glow-in-the-dark dice to hang like from a rear view mirror. I don't know. I kind of like that idea. I got that idea from, there is another new yarn that's more of like a glowy, I think it's more of a fuzzy yarn that Yarn Inspirations has out. I can't think of the name. Why am I pulling at this? I don't know either. But it's a Yarn Inspirations yarn, and I can't think of the name of it. But it's online. Why am I just destroying this? Just to get it out. Anyway, now I'm just playing with it. I knew that wasn't the center pull, and I just wanted it out so I could wrap it around. I don't know why I do things. Anyway, it's an online order yarn only from Yarn Inspirations. And I really wanted some, but they were, when I looked, they were sold out. There's only like 3 or 4 colors. And I think they were sold out of a couple of the colors. And I found some of the colors on Amazon. But like right now, I just I could not get it because I'm still saving for like my surgery and stuff. So I didn't get it. And these were, like, I didn't have to pay shipping on them. I didn't have to anything. And I know they're not the fuzzy glow yarn, but they were soft glow yarn. And I learned about the Yarn Inspiration yarn from Mikey at the Crochet Crowd. And he had mentioned that they were, like, inspired by, like, the 70s or vintage yarn. And one of the things he said just off at random was something about fuzzy glow dice or something. So, like, when I got this, I was like, maybe I could just make glow-in-the-dark dice with these. It's a weird train of thought, I know. But anyway, that was an idea that I had. I thought maybe I could do that. Anyway, I think this video has gone on long enough. I'm just gonna let you go. I have talked much longer than I intended, considering I was just trying to show you my Meijer and the clearance, and hopefully you got a chance to actually focus on the clearance, what was being clearanced out. I am sorry that my yarn shelves were pretty bare, but hopefully you got an idea, and if you have a Meijer, I hope that yours was not as cleared out as mine was. But yeah, on that note, I am going to let you go. Let me know if you guys do have a Meijer, if you went and checked it out and seen if you were able to catch any of the clearance stuff. But yeah, all right, I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Whoa. We're still here.